fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Giving you that green. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Always spitting that explosive fire.
Saturday morning, March Madness back on deck with you, JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. It is time to wake up and grab your bankroll, hit the window and beat the line. I got two of my cohorts on the line with me this morning. Going to be with me for the entire hour. Troy West from TroyWins.com, and follow him on Instagram, and it's Troy West. Good morning, Troy. How you doing?
JB, how we doing? It's been a fun tournament so far, my friend.
Been a fun tournament. We've been taking a few losses. Been a few dogs barking, but there's been a lot of animal control on patrol. We'll give a quick recap when we get back from this short commercial break. Another cohort, don't want to leave him out. My main man from the East Coast, Jake Poppy from Winnable.com. You can find him on Instagram at Pick It With Poppy. Good morning, Jake. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, JB.
I'm glad to have you back, guys. We're going to straight college basketball today. Not wasting time on any other sports. We got a lot of NIT. The NCAA tournament started this week. We got the CBI, the CIT. You know what time it is. It's time to wake up and grab your bankroll and beat the line, because we got the alphabet games today, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3 and tell you where to get that money. So keep it locked here with us this Saturday morning to get paid. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. And to all you haters out there, you get none. And we do what? We get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Time to wake up and win the weekend.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Giving you that grease.
Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time for the live action on Vegas Scoreboard Express on KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Dive into the game day with my in-depth analysis, expert predictions, and winning plays from the sharpest minds in sports betting. It's more than just placing bets. It's about securing wins. Head over to jbtheticket.com and be sure to tune in to KSHP this weekend from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time to ride the winning wave with VSX. Tune in and get your money back from the sports book. All money, all sports, no bull. Miss the live show? Subscribe to Vegas Scoreboard Express on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and wherever you enjoy your favorite podcasts and radio listening.
Yo. You're in the mix.
World's finest, man.
To the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
I'm back at you live, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express here in Las Vegas. 107.1 FM, AM 1400. VSX Digital Sports Networks all around your dial. It is March Madness in full effect today. And we're going to tell you where the cash is at, putting it back in your pocket. My main man, Troy West from TroyWins.com. Jake Pappy from PickItWithPoppy.com. I brought on two young bosses today. I ain't got time to waste. We got to get the money back in our pocket. Dogs have been barking, but we've had a couple of animal control end up on patrol and cost us a lot of money. Let's talk about it yesterday. Again, Troy West. Again, thank you so much for coming back on. You have your Purdue Boilermakers rocking and rolling yesterday. They were able to take down Grambling, but Grambling was able to get inside of that spread. So do you think it was just a mere Purdue wants to win this game? They're not looking for a big blowout. And do you still think that they have one of the easier paths to the Final Four? Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, I mean, they end up getting the win by 28 points, so I think that's convincing when you're talking about a 1 versus 6 team. They get Utah State tomorrow. They're an 11.5-point favorite. That's a big spread. Utah State looked really good yesterday. They're well coached. I do still think they have an easy thing. It's going to be a tough matchup, though, JB. If they get this W tomorrow, they're going to have to face the winner of that Gonzaga-Kansas game. Gonzaga's playing really good basketball right now. Kansas, as we know, JB, they've been shaky. They pulled off that Sanford win. I'm looking forward to that Gonzaga-Kansas game today. That's going to be a Big 12 matchup for Purdue.
That's going to be a big one for Purdue. And again, let's take a look at it. Bringing my main man in, Jake Pappy from Pick It with Poppy, winnable.com. Welcome to the big board. Let's talk about this game that happened yesterday. Troy just mentioned them. An upstart, Utah State beating all up on TCU, 88-72. Had a lot of people telling me TCU can't be beat. Clearly, that blew up the ticket. So let's talk about it a little bit. Again, the year of the mid-major, a lot of smaller seeds have been moving ahead. Small dogs, though, okay? They haven't been worth as much. Shout out to those Oakland Grizzlies yesterday. They beat Kentucky, if you want to touch on that. But the late game, everyone had their money on TCU for athleticism, and they ended up just like I told my friend, like Kansas State, out of the running. So, again, you talk about this Utah State team. Are they dangerous as well? And you had Grand Canyon last night pulling off another dog upset over St. Mary's. But Grand Canyon, lower seed, better record, 30-4. So, you know, when you look at some of these dogs barking, you got to kind of take a look at records and what conferences they come from, because some conferences in the mid-majors are a little bit stronger than what we've seen, and last night's late games proved that metal. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, no, and thanks for throwing this my way. Last night we were on both Utah State plus the points and Grand Canyon plus the points. I think Utah State to start, they are dangerous. I think they run into a big problem with Purdue. They don't have a big center. So I think Purdue will be able to handle Utah State unless they come out shooting real hot from three. But that game, like you guys said, next for Purdue, Gonzaga and Kansas, whoever wins that today, I think that'll be a great matchup. I think if Gonzaga is able to get through, they got Graham Ike. He can match up with Edey pretty well. And if it's Kansas, if they got Dickinson back and if he's at least healthy, he's able to match up with Edey. So I think Purdue could run into a little trouble, maybe not against Utah State, but in the next matchup in the Sweet 16.
Might have to look at that one coming up today. Let's jump right into it. These games being brought to you by our friends over at Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB and get your 15% off. Let's jump into it. We got an early NIT game and an early NCAA tournament game. I want to talk about that early NIT game, rotation number 807, the North Texas Mean Green going all the way out to New Jersey to take on rotation number 808, the Seton Hall Pirates. Now, Seton Hall has been playing bigger than their record. Head coach Shaheen Holloway has really got these guys clicking. He took his invite to the NIT as a first-year major college Division I top 5 conference head coach. So we're liking what we see from them. But North Texas, again, I saw these guys again play last year in the NIT here in Las Vegas. Well coached. They're a good team, 19-13. Now, in the NIT, I look at this as an extension of the regular season. You actually have away and road teams. There will be no central location. North Texas on the road, 6-5. Seton Hall at home, 15-3. Troy West, I want to throw this one at you. Do you think North Texas can come in with some athleticism and beat the teamwork and dead-eye shooting of Seton Hall? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a tricky game, JB. The NIT tournament, it really comes down to the motivation factor as well, right? A lot of these teams are ready to head on to spring break, and the NIT is just not very motivating for them. We've even seen teams opt out of the NIT, JB. That's what people think of this tournament. I've taken North Texas plus the points here. I'm going to buy this thing up to 5.5. They looked good last game against Tulane. I think they go in there and compete. I'd even sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
There you go, a little bit on the money line. I like North Texas as well. Jake Pappy talking about this early game. Seton Hall. Do you think Shaheen Holloway has his team motivated to make a statement in his first year as a head coach at his alma mater, trying to bring them an NIT championship? A lot of people talk bad about the NIT, but it was here before the NCAA tournament, if you know your history. And it is important for recruiting in the NIL era to at least say that your program is among the Championship Elite. There's other tournaments, the CBI, the CIT. We're going to get into all of it today here on Vegas Scoreboard Express. Let's move into another game today. Rotation number early game. This one's at 12:45 p.m., 8:45 or 9:45 Pacific time. The other one here starting in about 8 minutes. So if you want to get over there, we like North Texas in the points. I'm going to buy these guys up to 10. But let's talk about this other one. Rotation number 801, the Dayton Flyers. These guys are in the NCAA tournament. This is a central location going up against the Pac-12 champions, close to it, if you will, the Arizona Wildcats. This is a team that's been playing hard. 15-1 at home, 26-8 overall. 8.5 points, though. That seems to be a pretty big spread for me, and I don't like it. And I'm taking a look at what the Dayton Flyers are going to be able to come in here and do. I saw what happened with Kentucky. I think Arizona could be a team that could end up trapping you. Jake Pappy, throwing this one over to you. Do you like what the Dayton Flyers are going to be able to do today? They're a number 7 seed, plus 8.5. Do you want to take those points? Do you want to buy it up, or do you actually maybe even want to go money line here? I don't know if Arizona is the type of team that can get up and beat you by 30, 40 points like we saw yesterday from some of the higher seeds. But what say ye, Jake? Go ahead.
Yeah, JB, I actually like Dayton here. I'm going to buy it up to like a +9, a +10. I think that you get some value there. I think this Arizona team is good. I think Caleb Love is back for some revenge, to be honest. But I think Dayton can slow it down. They play really good defense. They'll try to beat them up a little bit. And I think they'll keep it close and cover.
There you go, keeping it close and cover. If you want to buy it up, we like buying it up to at least a good 10. Should still be able to get you some value. Thank you guys so much tuning in this morning, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got to take a short commercial break. When we get back, we're jumping right back into the college basketball March Madness season. Every single tournament is on the line today, and you guys are going to want to stay on the line with me, JB the Ticket, and Vegas Scoreboard Express right here on 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Troy West, tell them where they can get your picks this morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, JB, get to my Instagram at It's Troy West. We have got an amazing package going right now, JB. If we are not profitable for you through March Madness, we're giving you $500 back just for trying. That's not a catch. TroyWins.com. It's Troy West on Instagram. That's how confident we are in our picks, JB. It's TroyWins.com.
I love your confidence. I like mine as well. Jake Pappy, tell them where they can find you over at Winnable. Go ahead.
Yeah, check us out at Winnable at Pick It With Pappy and on Instagram, Pick It With Pappy. Thanks, JB.
There you go, making grease with my homeboys, Troy West, and Jake Pappy. Pick It With Pappy when I get back in a moment. Short commercial break, giving you grease.
You're listening to the boss of the big board.
Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network. You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
I'm back on the line with you. I got him, Jake Pappy, Troy West from TroyWins.com, Jake Pappy from Pick It With Pappy on a Winnable. We're bringing you the grease this morning back in college basketball again here, 107.1 FM, AM 1400, KSHP, getting it ready for you, VSX Digital Sports Network. College basketball is live this morning on the line. Tons of games. I want to talk about another game moving down the line here. Let's talk about it here, Troy. Going back to you here, rotation number 803. The Gonzaga Bulldogs going up against Kansas today. Rotation number 804, Kansas in the dog position. I still don't trust them. Not trying to lose any money here today. I like Gonzaga to come in. I'm looking at coaches here. Mark Few, Bill Self. If it's versus coaching, I got to go with Mark Few, even though he's never won the big one. He's been here so many times, and I think that if Kansas still has that depleted team, eventually they are going to run out of energy. couple of fouls. If Gonzaga is smart, they'll focus on fouling one or two guys out today. It's got to be a strategy win play. And you look at Gonzaga with 64% of the money at -3.5. I'm liking buy downs in this tournament. Okay. Things have been very, very flip floppy. And the buy down here for me is take Gonzaga -1, or if you can even find some value buying them +1. I do think it will be close. The total is 152.5. Troy West, go ahead.
Yeah, JB, I'm with you right now. I mean, Gonzaga is playing as good as basketball as anybody in the country. A lot of people like McNeese to hang with them. Boy, they made McNeese look like a high school basketball team. Absolutely dominated them. You hit it right on the nose, JB. They ran out of gas against Furman. Still won that game. It was a questionable call at the end of the game. Ended up winning by 4, but they ran out of gas, JB. Stanford was down by double digits. Came back and made that competitive. Boy, it's tough to go against Kansas because they do have experience, JB. They've got a veteran team. They've got some guys back from injury. But I'm going with Gonzaga in a close one. Give me the Zags 75-67. I think they win, and I think they cover.
I like the Zags today as well. Again, talking about Mark Few. Want to talk about that total today. Troy says that could be a slight over. When you look at these two teams, Kansas, the possibility of running out of gas. Like we talked about, me and Troy, we've been watching this team. They're off of my betting board. I have nothing else to do with them, but throwing it over to you, Troy West. I want to, not Troy West, Jake Pappy. When you talk about Kansas in a dog position, when you have a better team, they're 23-10, 15-1 at home. They've got a good record. We see that thing on paper. 8-8 against the spread. Not only does that worry me, they have a losing record against the spread outright at 13-19. Do you think Kansas goes home today? Go ahead. Jake.
Yeah, JB, I do. I think Kansas is going to hit the road today. I think it'll be a good game, but I think this Gonzaga team's sneaky. I think not a lot of people were, thinking Gonzaga was going to make a run this year, but then the brackets came out. Gonzaga kind of had a good little run here. So I think Gonzaga will get it done today.
Yeah, I'm liking Gonzaga. You got to buy it down to -1, rotation number 803. If you can, buy it to +1. Should be able to get you paid. Let's talk about one of the special tournaments, the CBI. You know I like tournaments like this. You got big dogs going up against good unknowns you never heard of. Talking about rotation number 820. The University of California, San Diego Tritons. That's right, rotation number 820, -9.5. Troy West, I'm throwing it over to you because you know that me and you, we get into these types of games, and these guys are going up against the Chicago State Panthers. Rotation number 819 +9.5 here. These guys have got a terrible record, all right? They're at 12-18 across the season, 6-5 at home. True dog if there ever was one, but UC San Diego, these guys are an upstart college basketball team in Division I. Give them some props for doing that. And they're looking to try to make some poise and put some cash in your pocket. This is the CBI tournament. Again, Troy West, I'll throw this one at you. You got any thoughts? Rotation number 820, UCSD Tritons versus Chicago State. Rotation number 819. Go ahead.
Boy, JB, if we're going down this road, this is degenerate mania. I mean, Chicago State, 12-18, and they're still playing. That's a disgrace to college basketball, but I'll take Chicago State plus the point. I think they'll be competitive. There's not going to be anybody at this game. There's not going to be anybody paying attention to this game. I'll buy this thing up to 10. Give me Chicago State plus the points, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Get to the window and get on Chicago.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Throw this one over to you, Jake Pappy. How do you feel? Troy Wynn says 2 turds in a bucket. See which one goes down first. But one of my friends wanted to take a look at this one, so I said, you know what? I'm going to see what my guys say on the line. Troy West has already told you, stay away from this unless you're a full degenerate. Rotation number 820, UC San Diego, 819, Chicago State. Jake Pappy, go ahead.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. I'd probably stay away from this one myself. But if I had to, I would actually go with the Tritons here. I think the Tritons are a good, well-coached team. I think that they could be a sleeping team in the upcoming years. So I'll take the Tritons on the 9.
There you go. Having some fun with you guys here this morning. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up early. You guys know the originator of this. I'm not even going to get into it. Let's get back into the grease. I'm telling you right now, there has been a lot of talk about this game, and this is a game that has been circled on my board. I didn't think they'd be here. Rotation number 789, the Michigan State Spartans. Shout out to head coach Tom Izzo making that final run. Running into Coach Hubert Davis today, and the Carolina Tar Heels, rotation number 790. Carolina, dominant win, lost the ACC tournament, but they're coming in today as a 3.5-point favorites. Now, Michigan State, they've been playing very, very scrappy recently. I don't know what it is with these guys. Maybe Tom Izzo said, look, we actually got in the tournament. Let's show people that we should be here and not end up like Virginia. But Carolina is looking to get back to the Final Four today, minus 3.5. This is one of the ones where I'm going with the North Carolina Tar Heels. They just have a lot of athleticism. They rebound well. They play well, coach well. I do worry about some of their centers and some of their big men getting hung on the rim trying to dunk at like 6'8", 6'9". I've never seen that before. Michigan State, though, they get up and down the floor, get into some scoring lulls, but they do play a decent trap defense. But that's Carolina's game. The trap break is still a big part of their offense. So I like Carolina today. If you buy them down to -1, rotation number 790, that should get you paid. Minus 3.5. I don't know, man. Do you want to stay close here with a total live of 142.5? Go ahead to you, Troy West.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, JB. This one fooled me a bit. I thought North Carolina would come out and be favored by 6 or 7 points. They're not, That's the amount of respect that they're giving Tom Izzo. And, boy, they looked good in that first game. Michigan State looked really good. North Carolina, but I think this Tom Izzo defense is going to stifle them a little bit. I'm taking Michigan State. I'm going to buy this thing up to 4.5, 5. I'm taking Sparty. They're just playing good ball at the right time, and Tom Izzo's been outstanding in the tournament, as we know. And I think this line's a lot lower than we expected for a reason.
Well, I think the line is a lot lower, again, because you talk about coaching. Michigan State, they may be able to continue their run, but Carolina, I'm looking for them to get out early. You're going to watch these guys come out, and they're going to start launching threes. They're going to start making that press break, and if they're able to break that press that Michigan State likes to start off with early on, like you talk about, Troy, if they can slow them down. Going over to you, Jake Pappy. I like the Carolina Tar Heels today. Rotation number 790, minus 3.5. I'm going to buy them down to a -1 to give myself a bit of a cushion here, and then maybe take some second half action live in game. But do you think the Tar Heels move forward, or is this going to be a classic Big Ten ACC matchup? Go ahead.
I think this is going to be a classic matchup, but I do think the Tar Heels are going to move forward. I would play it on the money line. I think that they're trying to tell us something with the line, obviously. As Troy mentioned, this is, it's a pretty close line here, 3.5, 4 points. I would take Carolina on the money line. I think Michigan State was able to get past Mississippi State truly from experience. I think Mississippi State was a young team. They came out cold. Michigan State punched them right away, and they weren't able to bounce back. I think Carolina matches them well in experience, and Carolina will move on today.
Liking what I'm hearing from you, Jake Pappy, my main man from winnable.com. You got Troy West from TroyWins.com. We're on the half hour here. You guys are rocking with me, JB, the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back from this short commercial break, we're jumping into it. My dog, the ACC champions, rotation number 796, the NC State Wolfpack. They got to go up against a three-point shooting masterful team in the Oakland Grizzlies, rotation number 795. So when I get back, guys, we're going to jump into it. Keep it locked here with me, Troy West, and Jake Pappy, VSX Digital Sports Networks. We're doing one thing. We get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month, no credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
Embark on this thrilling journey into sports leadership with me, Dr. David Schoonover, every Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on KSHP, exclusively on the VSX Digital Sports Network. Gain valuable insight into the minds of coaches, executives, and administrators as we uncover the secrets of coaching brilliance. Tune in for exclusive revelations and endless inspiration. Be sure to catch every moment each Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., right here live on KSHP 107.1 FM and 1400 AM.
Yo. You're in the mix. You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Catcher. Vegas scoreboard. Giving you that grease.
Straight grease, all grease, nothing but the grease. All money, all sports, no bull. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. I'm back at you live here in Las Vegas and all around the world on KSHP.com and JPTheTicket.com. My main man Troy West from TroyWins.com here on the line with me. And Jake Pappy from Winnable.com. Let's jump back into the grease, my guys. College basketball is on deck, and we got a ton of games today. Sticking with the tournament, NCAA tournament, that is. We told you before the commercial break, rotation number 795. These guys were a dog that were barking yesterday. They took down the Kentucky Wildcats. Talking about those Oakland Grizzlies, number 14 seed. 51% of the money is on them today at plus 5.5, going up against the ACC champion, rotation number 796. Talking about those Wolfpack of NC State. These guys are minus 5.5 today. Total is 146. I like the Wolfpack. I like their coach. I like everything that they're doing. They're focused on making this game theirs. And the way that they do it is by luring you in and helping you turn the ball over. That's the way that NC State is winning games. They get turnovers and they make sure that they capitalize on it. And they also have a pretty good free throw percentage as well. Throwing it over to you, Jake Pappy, letting you go the first rack at this one. North Carolina State. They're the ACC champions. You got to respect it. If they could move forward today, I think they're going to get some more respect on the line. 5.5 is a tall order, but we've seen what they were able to do in the first round. Oakland, however, that 3-point keeps these guys barking as a dog today. Go ahead.
Yeah, JB, and I actually will be in attendance. I was there on Thursday night whenever they pulled the upset against Kentucky. It was an awesome game. I think that, NC State is like the run, like when they won the ACC tournament and then they, make a run in the tournament here. But I think Oakland's going to be too much. They're going to shoot pretty well. I think they'll hang in there and they'll cover the 6.
There you go, hanging in there, covering the 6. I'm going to be rocking with you. Somehow Troy West fell off the line. We'll get you back on at the next commercial break. So, Jake, it's just me and you. Let's talk about one of my dogs that were barking in the first round, the Duquesne Dukes. Plus 9.5 on the spread right now. Rotation number 797, the Duquesne Dukes. Total 147.5 going up against rotation number 798, the Illini of Illinois. Okay, minus 9.5. I think that is too many points for them. They did have a dominant win in the first round, but when you look at what Duquesne is able to do, this is the team that a lot of people have no idea where they are, what's going on, but I think they're out in your country in the state of Pennsylvania. So that's why I wanted to throw it at you. We've been making some money with them. We talked about them a couple of weeks ago. Where do you think the Dukes are going to go today? Go ahead.
Yeah, JB, I'm glad you asked. They're actually in Pittsburgh. They're 15 minutes away from me right now, to be honest with you. And we love the Dukes here. It's their first time dancing since the 70s. They're a real tough team, to be honest with you. Pitt's scared to play them, but I'm a Pitt fan. So anyway, I think today, though, I think Illinois will be, Terrence Shannon Jr. is a lot, man. So I like Duquesne to cover. I like Duquesne to cover the 10, but I'm not going to go on the money line. I gave them out money line against BYU the other night, and that cashed out. But I like Duquesne plus 10 here.
He likes Duquesne plus 10. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, Jake. It has been a crazy Saturday morning here. March Madness. I'm putting a whole bunch of stuff together, making it work. Again, you guys heard the show. Dr. David Schoonover, he's going to be on tomorrow with a lot of grease for you. I'm coming back after this short commercial break. Let's make it happen, Jake. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JP the Tech Hat. Vegas scoreboarding break.
Pine Hollow Winery is the first and only boutique winery in the Las Vegas city limits that features its own handcrafted wines. Located on the west side just minutes from the Strip at 7018 West Charleston, Pine Hollow wines are available for tasting by the glass, bottle, or for carryout. Peach lovers, pick up a bottle of the Warm Fuzzy, which is a sweet Chardonnay-style wine made with peach and apricots. Visit PineHollowWinery.com for their events, wine menu, and hours. That's PineHollowWinery.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV. You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
I remember when I lost my...
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mix Master is live. Get ready.
And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
I just knew too much.
JP the Tech Hat.
Does that make me crazy?
Vegas scoreboard break. Giving you that grease.
Giving you the grease, waking you back up. Am I crazy? Do I bet too many dogs? Did I start the trend of sound effects? You know who it is, the boss of the big board. Back at you live here on KSHP 107.1 FM AM 1400. Troy West is back on the line with me and my main man Jake Pappy. Guys, I'm back on the line with you. We're talking about big money today in college basketball. Thank you so much for listening in Las Vegas and around the world. All you major sports bettors out there, you know what time it is. It's time to wake up, grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. Vegas Scoreboard Express is here. So, guys, we got about 15 minutes left in the live show today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and give a comment if you would. If you're a hater, I don't matter because we #1 sports betting show in America. Shout out to my folks over at Good Pods. The chart here in Las Vegas, #4 on the way to #1. Not mad, though. My main man, Ralph Sirocco, is in the #2 spot on the charts. But we're talking about it today, college basketball, rotation number 791. They're still here, Troy. How are they still here? They're still here. Talking about Texas. The Texas Longhorns, rotation number 6, 791, plus 6.5 is the spread. They're going up against the Tennessee Volunteers today, rotation number 792. This is a game that I'm off of because I'm totally confused with both of these teams. Okay, first of all, you got burnt orange, and you got orange. So if they wear the same color uniform, we can't tell who's scoring. Wonder if they would do something fun like that. But you talk about that total, 145.5. These are two teams that can score, and then these are also two teams that tend to fall off of a cliff with scoring at random times. Could this be the day that Texas sees their season end? As you know, I am out of the Big 12 betting pool. Have no more love for these guys after they costed me so much money. I'm looking at Tennessee today. I would probably like to buy them down to a -1. Troy West, what say ye? Go ahead.
This is going to be a great basketball game. I'm really looking forward to it. Two teams that are playing really good ball. Texas looked outstanding against a pretty darn good Colorado State team. I'm buying Texas up to 7.5, 8. I think it's going to be a dogfight of a basketball game. Two very athletic teams, two very good offensive teams. Give me Texas. If you're going to give me 7.5 or 8 points, I'll take it all day, JB.
He's telling you he's buying Texas up to the points. I like Tennessee on that minus side, but if you do like Texas, buying them up could get you some money in the dog position. I like that spread, Troy. That could be interesting. When you talk about money line, though, going over to the side that can win. Jake Pappy, do you think Texas ends up losing this game simply because they also have problems with defense, not defending well? You see this total starting at 147, coming down a bit to 145. Do you worry about their scoring ability, and do you think that Tennessee finally wakes up and recognizes they're a number 2 seed and they don't need any slip-ups? They need to play like it. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I am on Tennessee here. I think Tennessee will get it done. I think Texas will hit the road. It's been a nice run for Texas. They kind of pulled it up out of nowhere. They got some good players. They have that Oral Roberts transfer, Max Aismans. He'll be shooting the ball today, but I think Tennessee, Dalton X, they'll get it done.
Yeah, I like these guys over in Tennessee. Let's move down to another game here. We were talking about this one earlier, going over to the NIT road game. This is a team that has played well. They beat Purdue. They would have been a better team to select to get in over Virginia. We want to talk about that. Rotation number 806 in the NIT. A lot of Ohio State Buckeye fans still marching down the line for March Madness. Their favorite today, -4.5. Got a Virginia Tech team that came in and beat the Richmond Spiders. Come on. We're losing money on that one, but we were looking at these guys again as a dog today, but I think it stops. I think Ohio State is a better team, -4.5. I've been doing a lot of playing with the line today. We've been running a lot of combinations. Some of them have been successful. Then you have Auburn do what they did yesterday. I like Ohio State today. Remember the NIT, it's a home game. I like buying them down to -1. Troy West, go ahead.
Yeah, I see this up to 5.5 now. Ohio State is a good home team. I like Ohio State, well-disciplined. They played in a tough conference this year. Virginia Tech's been a mess all season long. I was actually shocked that they even got into the NIT with that 19-14 record. I'm going with Ohio State, like you said. Let's get this thing down to 2.5, 3.5. I'll take Ohio State, the home team. Get it done.
There you go. Take Ohio State to put cash in your pocket. Jake Pappy, Virginia Tech. A team that shouldn't even be dancing, in our opinion, costed you a lot of money this year. Only 14-18 against the spread. 2-9 on the road against the spread and straight up on the money line. I like Ohio State. I'm going to save some money buying them down to -1. Go ahead.
Yeah, this line movement is weird, as Troy just mentioned. This line keeps moving. I think Virginia Tech just got to +6, if I'm not wrong. So I think people hear you guys. They're hammering Ohio State right now. I'd probably catch Virginia Tech, though, on this movement, maybe get them +6, +7. Why not? It's an NIT game. They'll keep it close.
We've seen a lot happen. When we get back from this short commercial break, we're going to be telling you guys where you can get your afternoon picks that will pay to put cash in your pocket. Again, the Degenerate Games are live over at FuboTV.com. Go to FuboTV/JB. Save yourself 15% off. I got that title sponsorship over there. A lot of people are like, look, when I go to the website, it has your name on it. I'm like, because they're one of my guys. Quick game update. We told you early to get started. Take rotation number 807, the North Texas Mean Green. And right now they are up 14-8 over Seton Hall in the NIT. We're telling you the dogs that are barking. You guys are going to want to stay tuned with me, JB, the Ticket in the VSX crew. When we get back, we're going to finish out and tell you where to put more cash in your pocket. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
The National Atomic Testing Museum is a national science, history, and educational institution that tells the story of America's nuclear weapons testing program at the Nevada Test Site. Located at 755 East Flamingo Road, just east of Paradise, the museum offers immersive, interactive experts for guests of all ages. The museum is Smithsonian certified and open 7 days a week. For more information, visit nationalatomictestingmuseum.org. That's nationalatomictestingmuseum.org.
Yo. You're in the mix.
World's finest, man.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mix Master is live. Get ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big boss. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that free.
Back at you live, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. I got him on the line with me, Troy West from TroyWins.com. Troy, you there? My main man Troy said he's on the line, but he can't hear. Jake Poppy, are you still locked in with me? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you, JB.
I appreciate you, Jake. Appreciate you. Troy, we've had a lot of phone issues with you this morning. Hang on. Don't know what's going on. He might be in that helicopter, but let's talk about it here before we get out of here. Got about 5 minutes left. Again, want to thank Troy West for coming on the show this morning. It was a hectic morning in the studio. A lot of stuff just out of whack. I guess it's because of March Madness. Shout out to my main man, Mark Hayes. When I got here this morning and I saw him here, I was like, oh, God, what has gone wrong now? What has gone wrong? Why is this going wrong? But we're going to tell you where to get right today, and that's going to be the picks that put cash in your pocket. So in the last 5 minutes, let's talk about it. College basketball. I'm going to give you a free slate today. I don't have any picks over at jbtheticket.com for you today. I'm going to be a little bit busy, but let's talk about this late night game. Rotation number 793. The Oregon Ducks, dog barking here, going up against rotation number 794. The Creighton Blue Jays, Battle of the Birds. You got Ducks versus Blue Jays here. Let's see which one is going to tweet out the win. 24-11 for Oregon, plus 4.5, and the hook on the line for them in the dog position. Creighton minus 4.5. I'm not really seeing Creighton do too much, but again, Creighton did beat Purdue back a couple of weeks ago. 14-2 at home, 23-9. The live spread on the total, the over and under, it was kind of off. And we're seeing it now getting sprinkled around between 144, 145. Go ahead, Jake. What do you see this one going? And then we'll get into our best plays of the day. Go ahead.
Yeah, right now I'd have to say I like the over around that 145 number. I think Oregon is looking really, really good. I know they have some NBA talent on that roster. They really haven't been able to put it together, but now they are. Creighton, though, I think this is one of Doug McDermott's best teams. They are live and die by the three. I like Creighton here. I think Creighton gets it done. I could see, value in betting Oregon plus some points, but I think Creighton moves on.
All right, you think Creighton moves on today? Lock and loading with the picks. Again, Jake Poppy, thank you so much for coming on. Troy West from TroyWins.com, thank you so much. Want to give a shout-out to my main man, Ronnie B. Las Vegas here, says his best play of the day is Tennessee. I'm on Tennessee today as well. Let's hope it works out for us. And again, Troy West, we did like the Dayton Flyers to take a few extra points there with Arizona. Jake, where do you see your best plays of the day going? Go ahead.
Yeah, my best play of the day. I think we mentioned it kind of before. I'm either on Oakland. I really like Oakland plus the points, or I like Duquesne plus 10.
You like Duquesne plus 10. I like them in the dog position today. Let's talk about another weird game. It's the CBI. I don't know if we're giving them too much grease. Alabama A&M. This is a team that hasn't won a lot of games, but they got big spreads. Rotation number 881. Let's talk about it a little bit. Plus 9.5 going up against Norfolk State, who has a better record at 22-11, 13-0 at home. You know how this thing goes, 14-4 on the road. But if Alabama A&M, do you think they can pull off another one of those upsets in HBCU ball? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Alabama A&M, they can score the ball a little bit. I think it's funny, but no, I like Norfolk. Norfolk's a pretty good team this year, 22-11. I think they'll cover the 9.5.
There you go. 9.5 is where it's at. So we're getting ready to line up and get up out of here. It's been a pretty hectic morning, but one thing that we do is adapt and overcome here. Shout out to all my folks listening. Nellis Air Force Base, all of our armed forces and first responders around the world. Got about 3 minutes left today. Another one of my big plays. I like North Carolina. Again, I'm playing with the line today. If I see anything under -3, -2 for a team that I like, I'm just going to buy them down to the -1 or take them to a dog position. You're not losing much value, and you're giving yourself cushions here just to make sure that you can get the win. Also, last play of the day, we were talking about it earlier, Gonzaga versus Kansas. Troy, I think he liked Gonzaga today to win it. I'm going to buy Gonzaga in the dog position here today. I don't trust Kansas. Either way they go, they tend to play well. You got coaching today. This is the key. Bill Self, Mark Few, who is going to have the clipboard out? I'm telling you, yesterday when I took that Northwestern money line, when that coach had the clipboard out. And look at some of the transfers, too. You saw Yale beat Auburn yesterday. These Ivy League guys play with smarts, not only in the classroom, but on the basketball court. I've seen some very good transfers from the Ivy League. Put cash in your pocket for their new respective teams. But again, Jake Pappy, winnable.com, thank you so much for coming on the board today. Troy West, thank you so much for coming in this morning. What's your best play of today, Jake, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, best play of the day, I'll actually give you guys something else in addition to Duquesne there. I like Gonzaga today, like I said, on the money line. I think that's worth a couple units.
Couple units and the cash in your pocket. Thank you so much, Jake, for coming on this morning. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get to the book. You know what time it is, folks. Let's wake up, grab that bankroll, come back tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm going to have more Sunday basketball, the reviews, the picks, everything that you need. So you know what time it is. It's time to get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.